Welcome back to the Bitcoin Business Bureau. As always, I'm your host, LitecoinLeader. Today, we're talking about a top 10 project, and it wasn't there before yesterday, but it's been moving quickly. Of course, we're talking about the infamous Shiba Inu project. First thing we're going to talk about today is how do we discuss the price, and then we're going to talk about the odds of it going to the top 3 or even higher and how we're going to do that. And we're going to do something very interesting, which I don't see a lot going on right now. There's a lot of speculation on price, a lot of saying, is it going to get to a penny or a tenth of a penny? But we're going to do a little bit of near-term technical analysis and see where the price can go in the near term, possibly within the next week or so. So stay tuned for that, or faster. Who knows with this project? But first, the word of the day is how you describe the price of Shiba Inu. And that word is a Shiboshi. Similar to Satoshi, where one Satoshi or 100 million Satoshis equals one Bitcoin, 100 million Shiboshis equals $1. I know it's not exactly a fair comparison, but it's the only way that makes sense to talk about the price of Shiba Inu. So we're at between 7,000 and 8,000 Shiboshis right now. Very hard to say, but I'll get there. Called Shibs. Between 7,000 and 8,000 Shibs is the price today. So we'll dig into the technical analysis. We'll see where it can go in the near term, and we'll see what are the odds of it getting into a top 3 slot or flipping everything but Ethereum and Bitcoin. And then what are the odds of it getting past either one of those? We'll talk about all that with some technical analysis next. All right, so now we're going to look at Shiba Inu again on Binance, and it's on a 5-minute chart. So I'm going to zoom out a little bit, but well, I'll leave it on a 5-minute chart just to show you because it moves so rapidly. But what I saw was basically on an hourly chart. So, but you're going to get a lot of detail because there's so much volume and so much activity in the last couple of days. This is just a few days on Shiba Inu. So what I was able to observe was that it looked like an Elliott wave to me. So I always like to look at Elliott wave possibilities, and I like the 5 waves of Elliott wave because it really it makes sense to me logically of how people react. They want to take profits when it goes up some, then when it pulls down half, they want to go back in, and so on. So yesterday was a major move for Shiba Inu, and I think it was pretty much what I would call a wave 3. And that, let's see if I can draw that. Let's see. Elliott impulse wave. There we go. So what I think I saw was that we started with wave 1, then there's wave 1. It goes up and then it pulls back about 50%. Then it went up majorly here, and then it pulled back. That's wave 4. All right, and up position 5. How did I get? That's not right. Let's draw it again. All right. Let's draw it again, please. Okay. Yeah, where is 2? Something happened weird there. All right, pardon me as I draw this again. There. All right, so 1 is there. There's your wave 1 that comes down to 2. 3, 4, and 5 are all messed up, so I'm going to move them here. So 3 comes up. This is the major run up yesterday, to almost roughly 9,000 Shiboshis. Then it came down, and I'm not going to use the wicks. I'm just going to use the solid part. But what I wanted to point out here is when it came down from 3 to 4, look at the pullback on this big, it pulled back about 50% on this major trend. And that's typically a healthy correction is 50%. 50% is this line right here. I will draw it after I put 5 in the right spot. But we're going to talk about 5 in a minute. So let me draw a horizontal line. So a horizontal line will be drawn where I think the bottom of 4 was, right there. Now, and I'm going to make that, let's make it purple just to be a different color because there's going to be a reason for that. So it came back down into the 6,000 Shiboshi range. So it went from 3 down to 4. So it went from 9,000 down to 6,000. So it pulled back about 50%, which is a healthy correction. Now, if this is a true Elliott wave, and this is what's going to happen the next couple of days or so, then what happens according to Elliott wave is that wave 5 goes up 1.6 times the height of wave 4 in the opposite direction. So to get that, you do this Fibonacci retracement. This is that rainbow graph we see where like different Fibonacci levels, here's the 50% and so on. So you go from, this is the 0 level, this is the 1 level because we're drawing upwards. So we're going to go here, and then we need to find, we want to go move 0.5 up to the 1.6 line, which is 160%. So now we're going to draw a horizontal line. I will draw it this time in, I won't pick a color as soon as I draw it, right there. And I'm going to make it blue. So that looks to me for Elliott Wave as the possible target, whether that be today, tomorrow, this weekend, or early next week. That seems to be where the most likely place that Shiba is going to head if this is truly a 5-wave impulse wave for Elliott Wave theory. Now, bigger picture, this could all be one big one wave. Who knows? But for right now, I saw that this wave 2 here, this wave here to here, if I was, I'll do this real quick. I will take this, I don't know what it's doing now. Let me take this. Come on. Please behave. So if I take this, and I'm just going to move it to the right. No, I don't want to do that. I'm going to move it to the right. I don't know why I lost the stoke view. I'm doing edit. Stochastic's back. So before I do that, this is the stochastic RSI. When the stochastic RSI is high, it tends to go down, and then when it's low, it tends to go up. So if you see, it was going crazily high yesterday, and then it started to trickle back down, and there's your lows, and it went back up. So it moves much more rapidly than it would probably better look at it on, say, the 1 hour chart. Of course, I got to zoom in into a 5-day 1 hour chart, which probably won't let me do. That's why I keep shrinking it. Aha, 1 hour, and I'm just going to try and zoom the timeline. There we go. Lovely. So there's your stochastic RSI. You can see when it's high, it tends to pull back. So there it was high here, and then it pulled back. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And then it was low, and that started the uptrend, and it was high again yesterday. There was small pullbacks. It's these red sections you see in here that corresponds well to these high stochastic RSIs. The reason I point that out now is that that number is pretty low now. So it wouldn't surprise me if we see a run up today. But what I want to show you is that this is why I believe we're in a 5-wave Elliott Wave theory cycle. So what I'm doing here is I'm just shrinking over this so I can zoom in, and hopefully I can zoom in. I might have to remove this entire chart because there's so much detail on it. I don't know what that is, but probably because of the drawing of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if you notice here, this, I have to zoom up. There we go. So if you start from here and go up to here and then back down to here, this pullback is roughly a 50% of this first wave, and that's a classic wave 2. You want to have, and I'm going to move it a little bit, say there. And there, this is going to be a little bit off because I drew it on the 5-minute, and it was the 5-minute was basically saying there. But somewhere in here, the height of wave 2 is 50% of the wave 1, and that's what height of wave 4 is roughly 50% of wave 3. Your big one, your big moves up is always wave 3, and then wave 5 hopefully gets up to 1.6, and that's where you can take, not financial advice, but if you were to adopt the entire theory of Elliott Wave, you take profits at wave 5. You'd actually take it at wave 3 and then at wave 5 and then buy back in after it comes down a little bit, and then what they call an ABC correction. And that looks like, as I draw it, ABC correction wave. So, of course, I just went off the screen. That's lovely. So that would start from here, and we go down A, B, C. That's typically what it looks like. And then it starts all over again. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we went from down here all the way up to here, and then we correct, and that correction could be 50% of the original. It's very hard to predict, but when you see a pattern, you get out at 5, you wait for to see for an ABC, and then jump right back in again. And these are called fractals. They repeat as smaller and larger. This could become a larger wave 1, and that's a wave 2. That's why ABC could be down 50%, back to how wave 2 is down 50% of wave 1. So, believe it or not, I just used technical analysis to explain some of the craziness that we saw in Shiba Inu yesterday. Hopefully it adds some value for you. Now let's go back to my summary for today. So there you go, a little bit of technical analysis for near-term price of Shiba Inu. We're looking at 0.0001. Let me double check those digits. Yes, so that turns out to be 10,000 Shiboshis. So not terribly far from where it is now, but like today looks to be like a sort of a consolidation day. May not be nearly the excitement that we had yesterday with the price running up so much. I think it went from about 5,500 in the morning to over 8,000, almost 9,000, over 9,000. Insert that meme here. But it was quite the day yesterday, and the volume was insane. It was the most traded coin of all, aside from Tether, which shouldn't count. So if you look at the 24-hour volume, Shiba Inu was number one, and it was basically the 100% of the tokens, which is crazy. There was a large whale that recently bought as well. It could be Robinhood trying to stock up for their rainy day of when they get launched and making sure they have enough coins to support that launch. So in any event, Shiba Inu, if it was to double from the present value today, I'm going to call it 7,500 SHIBs. If it gets to 15,000 SHIBs with nothing else moving, it would be coin number 3. It would be above everything, including Binance coin. So that leaves only Bitcoin, Ethereum, and then Shiba Inu, which seems remarkable, seems crazy, but it could happen. And then I think it would be another 10 to 12x move. So you're looking about 150,000 SHIBs to get above Ethereum to the second place spot. And then comes the grand prize. Could the flippening not come from Ethereum, and could it come from Shiba Inu? That seems outlandish. I understand that. But with Shiba's market cap at 40 billion now and Bitcoin at nearly 1.2 trillion, you're looking at about a 30x move. So 7,500 times 30, you're looking at about over 200,000 SHIBs, or about 0.2 of a penny. It's not impossible. It really isn't. But again, that could change. That's the current market cap. But with a coin burn, things will, again, we get into that squeeze situation I talked about yesterday, where you have fewer coins, buy pressure, squeezes the price upwards. So the price could reach, fractions of pennies, like 0.2 of a penny, but may not reach the market cap of Bitcoin because there's fewer coins. But with all that said today, I just want to get your feedback. Where do you think that Shiba Inu is headed? Have we reached its peak? Is it going to go into the top 5, the top 3? What are the odds that Shiba Inu finishes the month of November, or in the month of November, gets to the number 3 spot? It gets right behind Ethereum, above Binance coin. What are the odds of that? Put that in the comments. Then go ahead and tell me what are the odds of if flipping Ethereum and then flipping Bitcoin, and when that could happen. I know the odds are long, but it's not 0. So it might be 100 to 1, might be 1,000 to 1. But I'm curious to see what the community thinks. So what do I think? I think Shiba Inu could get to a penny. But if it happens, you're not going to have the same market cap because there'll be fewer coins. So I don't know if it can get past Ethereum. I think it could. It's possible. Anything is possible. I think third place is well attainable. I think that's about, between a 2 to 5% chance. So multiply that by say 10 to get past Ethereum. So about a less than a 1% chance, and like a 0.01% chance of getting past Bitcoin. But nothing is impossible. This is crypto after all. So lots talked about today. I added some technical analysis of my near-term target. Get some feedback on that too. Like, subscribe, and share, please. I'm trying to grow the channel, of course, and try to get more word out to as many people as I can. I know this has been a Shiba Inu heavy week, but that's kind of where we're at. And I might even have a costume idea for this coming Halloween. So if I don't speak to you before then, I probably will. But if not, enjoy your weekend. Have a good Halloween. Enjoy it. Have fun with some kids. Let them enjoy Halloween for a change. I don't think not many kids got to have that last year. So I really hope that the kids get to enjoy that day as we all did when we were younger. So with all that said, I'm going to close the drawer on the bureau, and I'll see you next time. Bye.